I knew there was a reason why the fairy tale always ended after the first witch was killed. Well, here we go.
Some people say that not all witches are evil.
I say burn them all.
So Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is based on the German fairy tale titled Hansel and Gretel, about two kids who go into the woods and get tricked into going into this house made of candy, and this witch captures them and tries to plump them up real good and have them for dinner. Well, that doesn't work out, and the kids end up fighting back by outwitting the witch and end up killing her. Well, folks, the fairy tale does not end there, because Hansel and Gretel grow up to be bounty hunters, and I gotta say they become pretty good-looking bounty hunters. I mean, the movie stars Renner and the sexy chick from Prince of Persia, which I can't even pronounce her name, so I'm not even going to try to, but this chick looks super hot, and she's there because she's hot. I mean, she can act pretty well, but damn, she looks good. And the premise is that after they kill the first witch, they get a taste of witch blood, and they want to become full-blown witch hunter bounty hunters, or whatever. And they do that, and that's the premise of the movie, is that this is like so many years later, they're grown up, they stumble upon this town where these witches are stealing children, and they're going to do this really bad stuff, so they're here to stop them, and that's pretty much where the movie goes from there. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I thought it looked kind of cool, but at the same time, I had a lot of cheese to it, so I was like on the fence about it. Then I found out Will Ferrell was producing it, and I was like, well, maybe it's going to be a comedy, kind of like a spoof kind of movie. But it's not. It's not a spoof movie at all. The movie is an action-packed cheese fest of movie, and you could take that with its good, and you could also take it with its bad. Some of the pros of this movie are that you'll have fun with it. It's a fun movie to watch. It's cool. It looks visually amazing. I mean, the characters have good costume, the effects are pretty good, some really good CGI. The effects of the witches are okay, nothing special. There's a troll in the movie, he looks okay, so that's alright. So it's like a popcorn flick kind of movie. Some really cool things about the movie that I didn't know is that it was rated R. So I didn't know it was going to be a rated R movie when I went in. I actually looked at my ticket when I was going in, and I saw that it was rated R, and I was like, okay, interesting. Which is alright, I guess, but it's a lot of cool gore, a lot of violence, a lot of things blowing up with shotguns, and that's all pretty cool stuff. And I want to give respects to the director. I believe his name is Wirkola, because he did a small indie German film a couple years ago called Dead Snow, which is about these kids who are trapped in a cabin, and they're being attacked by Nazi zombies. Yes, Nazi zombies. You know, it's called Dead Snow. You guys should check it out. It's a pretty fun movie. It's subtitled though, so take that with what it is. But it's a fun movie because it's Nazi zombies attacking kids, and the kids have to keep them out. You know, kind of like the video game. So it's pretty fun. But you know, he has a cool visual style, which I believe is going to give him more jobs in Hollywood. His style is good. He knows how to make the environment look really well. I mean, it looks really good. I mean, visually, it's a beautiful thing to watch. But now let's get into the cons. And I gotta say, there are a lot of cons in this movie. To me, the biggest con in this movie is that there is no character development. The characters just are there to be there. You don't get a sense that you know the characters. You don't feel bad for these characters. They're just introduced and then they go away. Or even in the case of Renner and the hot chick from Prince of Persia, she and he are just introduced, but they don't ever develop their characters. I mean, it's a cool thing that the Renner has something, which I don't want to spoil for you guys, but he has something that it's pretty cool, but they don't ever develop the characters. The characters are just one-sided all the way through. They're the same character. There's no development. Everybody around them, there's no real care for any of them. So they introduce them. They don't really ever give a purpose. They're just there to be there. When things happen to them or they disappear, you know, you don't feel bad for them, which I hate when movies do that, because I'm all about character development. When you develop a character, I think that's a great thing to have in a film. I feel that the movie was too fast for its own good. It felt like it was just putting stuff on the screen and fast forwarding it, just kind of like pushing the story along but not really developing anything. And I think that was just not good on its part. I feel like this is a setup to sequels. Like, this is just, here's the characters, we're going to introduce everybody. Then when there's a part 2, we don't have to do that and we can build on the story. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're just kind of pushing characters on the screen so that you see them. So if they appear later on in sequels, then that'll be okay. But I'm not seeing Jeremy Renner really, he's blowing up. I'm not seeing him joining sequels to this film, but hey, who knows? He might. But so the movie doesn't really know what it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a horror film, a action flick, or a comedy. And that's what you get in this film. You get like a big ass mess of everything. Some comedy. There's no real scares, so it can't be a really horror film. I thought that they were trying to do jump scares or whatnot, but it didn't really work. It does action film stuff really cool because some of the fights are really fun to see, and that's awesome because that's all you really get in this film is a lot of really cool action scenes, and that's it. It's just all these pieces that it feels like the movie wasn't finished, and it feels like everything was just pushed together to make, just a movie to get it out here. Plus it comes out in January, so that's never good. But the movie is kind of, to me, the way I look at it is no harm, no foul. You go watch it, you can have a fun with it, but you have to go in knowing what it is. If you don't watch it, you're not missing out on much besides the sexy chick from Prince of Persia. And if you're a huge Jeremy Renner fan, then you'll probably love seeing him. But overall, the movie's just hit or miss on pieces. Like I said, it's no harm, no foul. So if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. You're not missing out on much. If you want a cool action popcorn flick in January, there you go. Or that's pretty much all you get with it. So overall, for me, I'm going to give Hansel and Gretel a 2.5 because to me, it's hit or miss. You don't need to see it. You don't have to see it. But if you do, it's okay. So yeah, 2.5 on my Geeked Out score is what the movie's getting. So my question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite fairy tale movie? It could be comedy, horror, anything, action. Just what's your favorite fairy tale movie? Let me know down below. Like the video, comment, subscribe. And as always, guys, geek out about something every day. Don't be afraid to geek out. Things will be okay if you like something that other people don't. Just have fun with what you like. And as always, just geek out, everybody. See you guys later.